Welcome back to a brand new Clash Royale video, guys. My name is Patrick, aka Chief Pat, and today we're going to be checking out a brand new deck on my main Chief Pat account inside of Clash Royale using the Poison spell, which is one of the cards that got buffed in the most recent balancing changes and has made a massive return to the competitive ladder. So I'm going to be trying out this deck here. This deck actually looks really annoying, and if you notice, it uses a lot of cards that you unlock in the very beginning of the game. You've got the Musketeer, you've got the Knight, the Goblin Barrel, the Minions. These are all available really early in the beginning of the game, and of course, we've got the Poison, which I talked about, the Furnace, which is mega annoying, the Miner, which got a buff because the Poison got a buff, and then of course the Log, which is so much fun. And let's go ahead and try this inside of a battle. I don't know exactly how we're going to play this deck. I feel like it's going to be a lot of chip damage from playing our Goblin Barrel, from playing our Furnace, and then making nice defensive trades with our Knight, with our Musketeer, but we'll see how this one works out. And actually with our starting hand, we have a couple of different options to where I might just start with my Goblin Barrel and see what my opponent's going to play. So Goblin Barrel is going to go down right now. He's going to play a Skeleton Army. Very nicely done from him. We can just play our Furnace to go ahead and make sure we deal with those skeletons and sort of move on with our day. And of course, he's going to end up playing a Tombstone. Now, I could play a Poison spell right now, right on top of the Tombstone, kill it for a negative elixir trade, but I thought instead maybe we could try to bait out something else inside of his hand. Maybe we could get a Musketeer out, a Lava Hound, I guess we'll do. We can play our Poison spell and deal with that Lava Hound. Really, yeah, not the most positive trade in the world, but that's going to go down right there, and eventually we can play our Musketeer to deal with this Lava Hound and really start to do some work against this guy. Alright, so Musketeer is going to help out. We're going to do a decent little job right here, but obviously with such a massive push he has coming right now, this is going to be a little bit of a pain to deal with. Let's play our Furnace to stop the Mega Minion. We're not going to actually stop the Balloon. The Balloon did end up getting a hit, but that was a pretty negative trade right there, and his Mega Minion is still going to swing us to death. So all in all, very first push in defense with this deck, not exactly how we wanted to play it. Knowing that he has the Lava Hound now, though, we have to make sure that we play pretty defensively against his air pushes. Maybe we can take him, I guess, take advantage of his deck when he plays that massive Lava Hound. And let's get ready right now with the Knight. He's going to play his Tombstone, so I'll play my Goblin Barrel. I'm going to play a Poison spell as well for the Skeleton Army. And the Minions, anything he wants to drop, hopefully it's going to burn in that Poison. Eventually the Knight is going to be targeted by the tower still. And guess what? The Knight Goblin Barrel Poison spell combo that you guys have never heard of, well, there's probably a reason you've never heard of it, is going to take the very first tower of the game for an interesting turn of events right there. Alright, well with that, we can get ready to try to defend against this Lava Hound. It's going to be a little bit tough because he has the Lava Hound, he has the Balloon, he has the Mega Minion. We don't have anything great like a Lightning spell, which would do such a nice job against some of that stuff. But we can get our Musketeer going right now. He's got his Mega Minion plopped down right now. Some of the stuff is going to start making its way over. I'm going to wait to be sure that we can go ahead and start doing some work right there. And meanwhile, while he goes crazy with those arrows, I'm going to play our Poison spell to clean up this push just so we don't lose the game. But meanwhile, we're still going to chunk down his other tower pretty well to where we're set up going into overtime to have a nice solid chance to win this game. That's all I can ask for. We've got his tower down to 1500. I'm going to go ahead and get ready with my Furnace. And seeing as he's been so aggressive with the pushes and we haven't really been able to stop them, maybe we can go on offense right now with all of this. I've got the Log going down. I've got everything rumbling right now. I played a Log predicting a Skeleton Army or something like that, but the Goblins themselves are going to do such a nice job right now of trying to take out his tower. He's at 326. The Minions are doing such a good job to clean up that Balloon, which is really all we needed to kill. Knight's going to stop some of this stuff from actually ending the game right now. And with the Poison spell, we'll do it. Wait, Poison spell? Poison spell? Whoa. That was a close battle right there. The Poison spell eventually is going to give us the win. Thank you for the Poison spell buffs. But all in all, we didn't really find a great way to defend against his deck. We just tried to sneak down his towers ourselves. And to be honest, I feel like we're pretty lucky coming away with a victory right there. So let's keep going. Let's learn from that battle right there. And hopefully we don't really go off against too many more Lava Loons. All right, now playing the next guy, we've got a Mortar player. And I'll play my Knight to distract the Mortar and then the Musketeer to help clean it up. I think the Musketeer is going to take a hit. Yeah, the Musketeer did take a hit from the Mortar, but all in all, this is going to be a completely even elixir trade. In fact, we might get one Musketeer hit off on the tower. I don't think so, though. So now we can just hang out. I'm going to get ready with a Goblin Barrel in a moment. Let's go and Goblin Barrel this side of the map. Ice Spirit's going to go down, so that's going to kill one of the Goblins. Skeletons are going to work on the other Goblins, so we got like one hit off right there. Not the best trade in the world, but still, things are okay. Let's get ready with our Furnace, because of course he is going to play the Mortar. I'll play a Knight to make sure that... Wait, I tried to play a Knight before the lag went a little crazy right there. Knight's going to go down. Knight should be able to help out against this Mortar. And with the log to help out against these skeletons, we're going to be A-okay. The mortar's going to take out our furnace, though, which is a little bit annoying, and it might even get one hit off on our tower. Or maybe it'll just go for my musketeer, but this is a pretty wacky start to the game right now. He's going to have to deal with this musketeer, though. I'm not going to get aggressive with the goblin barrel, so let's let the musketeer do her thing. She's going to get 1, 2, 3 hits off against the tower. Minions are going to go down right now and start cleaning up this mortar. So let's see if they can do a nice job right there. Okay, he's only going to get 2 mortar hits, which isn't the end of the world. And we can play a miner to stop these archers, so a pretty wacky start to this game, I have to say, but not the end of the world. Let's get our log going down to help out. Log's going to help out against those skeletons. It's going to clean up those skeletons. And now, yet again, we're facing off against... He's just going to keep chunking us down with the mortar, or at least try to, over and over and over again. And we can get our knight ready. That should do a nice little job distracting those archers. Meanwhile, the musketeer is going to clean up that mortar, and I guess this is going to be a slow game, trying to deal with this mortar spam, and eventually we should hopefully be able to pick up a win. But if we do make a massive mistake, we're going to pay for it dearly, so we don't want to do anything too crazy. Let's get our furnace down right now. I'm going to play a goblin barrel. He's just going to straight up rocket my tower. I can't say I agree with that one. My miner's going to go down right now. He's got a mega minion. And we're at 950 HP. Is this dude going to just try to play defense to win the game? I feel like that's what's about to happen right now. Okay, that mortar missed pretty terribly. But we can go ahead and play our poison spell, start poisoning down his stuff. I've got my goblin barrel going down in a moment. He's got his log going down. He's just going to keep trying to, I guess, use his rocket against us, which is obviously not going to work out very well, guys. Naked rocket is a crazy strategy that only works in certain situations, and obviously having a full HP tower, he's not going to be able to rocket me down before overtime. That is going to be the end of the game against See Money, Get Money, and we're going to be able to take out the mortar user using this deck. So this one felt a lot more controlled. I feel like this guy was playing crazy that we were going against and the way that he was trying to take us out. But eventually we broke him down by chipping him like 500 HP over and over and over with like a couple of extra musketeer shots, and that's going to end up giving us the win, and eventually win number 2 inside of this grand challenge. Let's keep pushing. Feel a little sick after that crazy mortar battle, but let's keep pushing. Let's keep seeing if we can do work with this deck. Maybe we'll play off against like an Executioner deck, which we haven't faced yet. Maybe we'll play against like a Hog Rider deck, which we haven't played against yet. We're going to be going against, well, I don't even know how to pronounce this dude's name. Goblin Barrels is going to miss a little bit. We've got a Musketeer to try to clean up this Hog Rider, but that's definitely not the counter we really want. I'll play my log to clean up those goblins. And yeah, interesting start to the game. I think we do have a small elixir lead. I'll go ahead and play my miner right now. Hopefully he doesn't have a skeleton army or anything crazy. Okay, of course, right when I say skeleton army, he's going to play a skeleton army. I guess that's usually how things go in Clash Royale. So all in all, we're down about 300 HP. Not the end of the world. But let's see what this guy's going to play. All right, Executioner. Now, what do I play against Hog Rider with this deck? I guess I'm going to play my Knight to stop the Executioner. I guess I can play my Furnace to try to stop the Hog Rider. But sort of an awkward play. So I'm going to play the Furnace here, and then I've got the Knight to distract his Executioner. It's important that my Knight works on the Executioner away from everything else, so it's an even trade against that Hog Rider right there. Let's play the Goblin Barrel. Eventually the minions are going to die to that, and the Furnace will kill those minions, which is super good for us. But this is just a pretty classic game so far. Now, I guess we can play our miner right here, and when we play our miner, I'm going to follow up with a poison spell. Please play the skeleton army. There's the skeleton army, and with the new and improved poison spell, that's going to kill the skeletons in a single hit. So we're going to actually end up getting some pretty good damage on this tower, down to 1400 right now. Crazy log right there is going to do work against that goblin barrel. His Hog Rider is going to get 2 hits off onto the tower, so we're at 1214. This game is really close right now, and let's see who's going to be able to pick it out. He's got his minions going down right now. Shouldn't really have to worry about those minions and play my Furnace just yet. Plus, the Furnace is my real only counter to the Hog Rider, so I have to keep that in mind. Let's just get ready with the Musketeer in the very back, and this is going to be a slow but sure battle, and I feel like this one could go to double elixir. I feel like we're going to keep chipping each other's towers down, so I don't know exactly how we want to work this out. Let's drop our miner right here, and then our Goblin Barrel, and then this. He's going to play his log, but I've got the poison spell already down right now, so the goblins are going to do their best job against his tower. We're at 1000 HP left on his tower. This is so tight right now. Furnace is going to go down. His minions are going to go down, though. That's not a good play right there. Okay, another Executioner. Obviously, he definitely wanted to play that. I've got my Musketeer in a moment. There goes his Hog Rider. Not too worried about the Hog. Let's get ready in a moment. Nice Fireball from him. Of course, he's going to do a pretty decent job. And eventually, his Executioner is going to get close to dying, but not really do it. Executioner doing work yet again. Such a strong card. 514 HP left. This is just such a tough battle right now. All right, there goes the Goblin Barrel. There goes his Executioner. There goes his Skeleton Army. There goes our Log, as well as a Furnace in a moment. And we can almost just chip down and win this game. Let's go for it right now. All right, there goes the poison. There goes absolutely everything. I've got my minions to clean up his goblins, but that's going to do a nice job right now. Oh. Good game, well played. That was actually a pretty good game. We were close the entire time. 102 HP was all that was left. And the main difference is that we played our Log against a Skeleton Army. We weren't able to log down his Goblin Barrel. That's going to be 1 crown to 0. So sad. I told you guys, I feel like the game was going to go to double elixir. If we had 1 more second, the game would have gone to double elixir. But oh well, let's try to wrap it up with one final battle and pick up a win right here. And to see if we can end this one on a high note. Still learning this deck. And still lots of ways to play this. It's so versatile. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and kill this princess. Is he playing a bait deck? I feel like he could be playing a bait deck. There goes the miner to kill the princess. So we did bait out one of his cards, and we're going to be able to fight his knight on our side of the map, which is really good for us. So eventually, our knight's going to make its way to his knight. He's going to play a rocket, though. That's a little bit fascinating. So we'll play our musketeer to try to counter that. Knight's going to get a single hit on our musketeer. Not too worried about that. And then let's get ready with a Goblin Barrel poison combination to try to make sure that we are totally in the running. Now, of course, he's got a skeleton army, as everyone is known to do. Should I kill those skeletons? I guess I'm going to take the skeleton. I should have played minions, guys. What am I thinking not playing minions right there? Okay, that's a little leftover from last battle. We got to get that out of our system. A Goblin Barrel is going to go down. So he's playing one of those, a pretty simplified bait deck. I'll play the minions to kill his princess. They're only going to get 1 hit off on the tower. Meanwhile, our minions will run to his other tower, and they will do damage, since he's not going to do anything about it. Usually about 500 damage for minions by themselves. I think we missed out on like 1 hit right there. And of course, we do need to remember that he has the rocket, so we don't want to play our knight too close to the tower anymore, even though it isn't like the worst trade in the world for us. And as our knight is about to cross the way, let's play our Goblin Barrel. Let's play our poison spell. And maybe we're going to be able to stop him in his tracks before he does anything crazy. Okay, another log against the skeleton army. And even though we logged right there, he is going to get a Goblin Barrel. That's a little bit disappointing and not really what we wanted. All right, well, we're slowly making some sad trades right here. I guess I probably want to stop this princess in its tracks before it kills us completely. The knight's going to go down. The knight should kill this princess. Please kill the princess, knight. Knight eventually is going to kill the princess, so that was pretty good for us. But we're still not cracking our way through right now, but he has the rocket. Remember, this dude has the rocket, so we have to find our way to get a win in the next 50 seconds, or else we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Of course, he's just going to try to clean up with some other stuff. So let's play our miner. Let's do this. Let's do that. Here goes our log. Miner's going to do a nice amount of work right now, as well as our Goblin Barrel should help out. Goblin Barrel's going to get at least 1 hit off on the tower, so it's down to 716 right there. We're going to play our own knight. We're going to also play our minions in a moment. And he's going to go ahead and play what I thought he was going to play. He's going to go ahead and play that rocket right now. So let's play our miner. We've got the poison spell going down. He's got his log going down. But this should be the end of both of our towers, I feel like. We've got the miner doing a great job against his tower. And let's go ahead and switch it up to the other side of the map. We were the first ones to take the tower, which puts us in a pretty nice little advantage. He's going to have to play the log or something else. There goes the log, but look at the other side of the map for him. He's getting dominated on that side of the map. Poison spell is going to tick. That tower is all the way down to a pretty decent number for us. And with our musketeer doing work, musketeer kill the princess. Very nice job from musketeer. This should be looking really good for our game right now. He's gonna play he's gonna play the rocket and the Goblin Barrel combination, but he's taking way too much damage on the right side of the map, and somehow, some way, that's gonna be GG well played using this deck. That was an interesting battle. That was a really, really interesting battle, and like in my head, I had the timer that if we don't win, he's gonna rocket us down and crush us, so it feels pretty good to be able to get that out. That's 2 crowns to 1. Overall, we're 3-1 on the day. Not too bad for learning a new deck. If you guys want to try it out, again, uses a lot of the beginning cards. We've got the Musketeer, the Knight, the Minions, the Goblin Barrel, and then, of course, a couple of others, including the new and improved Poison Spell, which I definitely recommend you guys try out. And, yeah, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you smack that like button and keep hitting me up with some decks to play, and I'll try to include that into the next video. That's going to do it. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace out.